Alrighty, I'm going to do a quick video on how to change the fuel filter. 2004 to 2006 Dodge Sprinter, it's a 2.7 liter OM647. It might be similar in the OM612. I just know the fuel filter is different. So what you'll need to do this is a flathead screwdriver, maybe a couple different sizes, a ratchet, and a 5mm. What I actually use this thing, and it works out pretty well. Yeah, it's 5mm. And then I think that's it. And then we can go look at, so I got the wrong Mon filters, so I had to go out and buy two separate. I got a CarQuest, that part number, and I got a Duralast, that part number. I think the Duralast, which is this one here, I put the, I'm sorry, hold on. This is the CarQuest. I put the Duralast in my 2500. That's my 3500 that I'm doing the video on. I think this one's a little bit better made. Pretty close to being the same thing, but maybe a little bit better. The inside's different. This one you can kind of see has just like the particle filter, where that had some type of plastic thing down the middle. But I will say, the one that I took out of the 2500, I'm pretty sure it was the same thing, because it had that same plastic thing, and I never had any issues with it. So I also installed an OEM Mercedes on my other Sprinter, probably about a year ago now, and that worked well. That's probably the best one to get, but I've decided to do this stuff at like 1 o'clock on Saturday, and that's right when the Benz dealership closed. So I figured I'd try these guys out and see how they do, see if they last me as long as the Benz ones do. Now I am going to try to change them, you know, at regular intervals. Probably like every 4th or 5th oil change is what I'll change them at. I have to look at the manual as to what it says. But anyway, the first thing that I do with this is take off the connector. It's a push connector. She was on there. It's on the side towards the fender well is what you got to push with your finger to pull it to release it, and then get your flathead in there and loosen those two worm gear clamps up. Now I've only ever had worm gear clamps, so I don't know if you were to, from the factory, if you were to do that from the factory, if it would. Can't get a good view. The light's kind of blaring. I don't know if the ones from the factory are those ones where you got to cut or not. Hopefully they're these clamps. So you loosen them up. Sometimes you got to pull them off with pliers. It's these two down low here. Sometimes, yeah, see this clamp here, they've never been that clamp. I'm not saying that if you have the original, it might have those clamps on it. That one pulled right off. That one's going to be a pain. Sometimes you just got to loosen it up a little bit more. Slide it back. When you slide it back, you know it's not. There we go. That was the issue. So take that off and pull it out. This pulled out. Normally, so actually that's actually see that plastic thing? That plastic thing is on the other one. I'm not exactly sure. Hold on a second. Let me just put this over here. That plastic thing, I don't really know what that does. Other than probably cause problems. Yeah. So that 5 mil. See if you can see it down in there. It's down in there. It's kind of blocked. Man, it's tough to see. I can't really get my camera down in there, but it's like right there. It's like right there is where it's at. That's a 5 mil Allen key. Mine's loose. I don't know why. This is my first time doing it. I would definitely recommend tightening that up. Don't leave that loose. It's definitely easier if you ever have to replace it on the side of the road, but I wouldn't recommend. I would recommend just tightening it down. It's pretty simple. So there's 2 Torx bits, Torx screws, T20 I think. Get a T20 Torx bit, take them off, pull it out, dump the diesel fuel out, and put this assembly over onto your new filter. And it actually, you pull the 2 screws out and it twists like 45 degrees and it slides out. And that's it. Alright, one other thing, I'm going to clean this up a little bit with some carb cleaner, but there's 2 O-rings. Make sure you replace those O-rings. Use a pick tool, pick them off, put the 2 new ones that come with it on, and then you'll just slide this down in, twist it, put the 2 screws on, and you're good to go. Alright, so then once that's in, you put that back in. As you can see there, make sure you put the connector back in. Oh, where that connector's at. That's weird. There it is. And there you have it. Connector's in. Worm gear clamps are tight. I lost that little nipple. I don't know where that got to. I'll probably find it on the ground at some point. But none of my other ones have it, so I wouldn't be too worried about it. It's just a little breather. So, the next thing to do, which is the last step, we basically just put a brand new filter in there, empty, dry. So now there's no, so there's basically, you're going to have somewhat of an airlock. So what you do is, I have the camera time, and so that should help me out. So you put it on there and you do like 10 of these for like 10 seconds. And the fuel pump is pumping every single time you do one of these. I think I was told 10 in another video or some forum. I think it was in a forum actually, and it worked, so that's what I would do, 10. You might be able to do less. But it's somewhere around 10. I'm going to do one more. So that's sending diesel into the fuel, or I mean into the filter. Get rid of that air. And then it starts right up. Let that run for a minute. Make sure there's no other air gaps. And that's it.